Hello, Pathfinders, staff, parents, and everybody who is joining us in this special camping this weekend. And I hope all of you guys have been having a lot of fun and learning more about Jesus and all the things that all the people is sharing with us. My topics that I'm gonna talk to you guys is about community service. And I'm gonna start with a little prayer. Let's bow our heads. Dearly Heavenly Father, we thank you for your love, for your care. Thank you for the opportunity that you give us to serve you, working for you and for these pathfinders and everybody who is joining us this day. Help us to be a bless for others. Give us wisdom so we can prepare all of us and prepare the youth to for the kingdom of heaven. Help us to teach them and show it to them the right way and how to be ready for the second coming of Jesus. We ask you in the name of Jesus. Amen. I'm going to start with a little introduction about community service, this little booklet that I got. And it says, Jesus focused his ministry on the needs of people. In Luke 4:17 to 19, it says, I'm going to read to you Luke 4:17 to 19. And it says, and there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. He makes his first public statement of what his life and ministry are all about. Verse 17 records that he found the place, so this was not an accidental selection. Verse 18 to 19 claims divine anointing of his work and states several purposes or goals: to preach good news to the poor, to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight of the blind, to release the oppressed. Often we spiritualize this text, declaring that the poverty is spiritual, not economic, that the prisoner and oppressed are under religious oppression, not physical bondage, etc. That is not an honest presentation of the text. The original language is very clear. Christ is speaking of real low income people, real incarcerated criminals, real victims of disease and social injustice. He is reading from Isaiah 61 and is clearly a passage referring to God's intention to establish a kingdom for his people in which there will be no more poverty, injustice, violence, disease, unhappiness, and despair. However, the economically poor are not the only ones who have needs that God's people can address. All populations, poor, middle class, and rich, should be served by Adventist community service. Acts of social concern testify to the very core truth of salvation. This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for others, asserts the New Testament. If a believer sees someone in need but has no pity on him, how can the love of God be in that believer? Christ's love must not be portrayed only with words or tongue, but with actions and in truth. The Adventist Church should be known as a place where those in crisis will find comfort and those without hope will find a blessed hope. Now I'm gonna share with you guys some topics about how organize a community service. I'm getting ready. Let me share this screen with you guys so you guys can see it. Okay, this is a little book that I found some tips for involving youth in community service. And number one is a create an environment that fosters and welcomes new ideas. This is very important when you're gonna organize the community service. And the youth, they have very brilliant ideas. They have, it's very important for us to always get their opinions and give you a good ideas. You will be amazed all the things that the youth can share with you guys. Number two, involve youth from your neighborhood. When you do a community service, like we do every year, the club in our church, Adventures, Pathfinder, and Master Guys, we join LA Marathon every year. This year we went in March. And then we invite other people. We announce, and a lot of people, not even from the church, they come and join us, and they are very happy and see they feel satisfied helping. That day we pass water and we pass Gatorade. Even the little ones, even some that 2, 3 years old, you should see how they happy are when the runners are getting the juice or the water from them. And then it's very important to involve your neighborhood. Okay, the next one is choose age-appropriate activities. If you wanna have the adventures involved, you cannot choose activity for adults or for older Pathfinders. So it has to be age appropriate, the activities that you are planning for them. Another one, number four, is allow the young people to see the difference they are making. They feel very important when they do something for the community or for other people, and they see the difference they are able to do and help other people. So this is helping them. You let them to participate. Number five, don't forget the spiritual. It's very important to share before you do the community service. Is besides helping people, you spread the gospel of God too. So this is very important. Do not forget about the spiritual needs of people. Number six, provide the right tools. For example, when we go to clean, for example, the cities, sometimes that we do with the conference, they give us gloves, special equipment, and hand sanitizing, everything that we need. So they give us the right tools. So it's very important to provide them with the right tools according to the activity that you are doing. Another one, number seven, is that get to know the youth in your church and know, and now I am baptized. And when then, for example, when the pastor is this is put a little funny over here. The pastor is baptizing the child, and the pastor say, what is your name, kid? So so you have to know the youth in your church, the people who is involved. Want to involve youth but don't know the names, don't know anything about them. Take time to connect with them. It's very important that they know that you are interested for them. Number eight, organize a collection drive for a worthwhile organization in your community. Encourage the young people to expand this to their neighborhoods and schools. Collection drives are easy and worthwhile for local organizations. Sometimes you will make some pamphlets, or you will announce it in the church, put in the bulletin board, so the community knows that the church. For example, I am doing the food drive in the Culver City Church. We are telling the community, so the community comes every Saturday, 1 p.m., and then they get the food that they need. And if they know somebody who needs the food, they take and deliver it to people. And I do delivery to the people, elderly people who are sick, people who has cancer, people who is not working, that I am bed, they don't have car, or elderly people. We are doing that on Saturday. So we are blessed, to have this to help other people. They say smaller groups can be good. Know your project. Don't show up to with 15 youth for a one-in-one project. Large groups can be intimidating for personal ministry. So you see this picture, this lady is running away. So smaller groups is very good project. So be very organized. Another tips, it says provide certification training for youth for your class. prepare the youth and give them some teaching. Youth who are training in certification community emergency response teams can effectively provide relief after a disaster. There are different programs that they can join too. As this certification in case of disaster, they are prepared and they are ready to help other people. Another tip is plan a specific outreach ideas on or around holidays. Where is your gift for the Christmas outreach today? Usually, young people are not in school or work on major holidays. Take this opportunity to do good. Sometimes we're now, because the situation that we are living right now, we cannot go to the hospitals. But before, they used to go to hospitals with the elderly and to do singing, to give them Christmas cards or a little souvenirs, a little gift to these elderly people. They were so happy when we used to take the Pathfinders or Adventures, to the hospital. But the situation that we are living right now, we have to adjust at the situation that we are doing right now. So we have to think what kind of projects, what kind of activities we can do to help other people. Another tip is don't be afraid to let young people lead. You know, we as a leader of Pathfinders, Adventures, or Master Guides, we are preparing the young people for the next generation. They're gonna be the future leaders. You are not gonna be always in the position as a director. Have them lead. A lot of them, they have very good leadership, and you can depend on them. They can help you. So let them participate. Let them lead something and do something for the project that you have. They may make mistakes, but allow your young people to flourish by taking a step back and letting them lead. Don't criticize them. Don't tell them that you are doing wrong. No, encourage them and help them to do better. That's is uh, preparing good leaders for the future. Number 13, encourage the youth to raise awareness in their own congregations. For example, aquí they are showing the community graffiti cleanup initiative. So this is one activity that this group of youth are making. Once you are connected the youth with a cause they are excited about, enlist them to promote the ministry to others in your congregation with their passion and energy. Another topic, take the youth to parks, playgrounds, and public meetings. And then the best way to know your community is to be a part of it. The community where the church is very important that the community know that we have a group, that the church is there to help them, to provide them things that they need, and and that they can depend on us. We are here to help people. That's what God wants us, to help all those who need, and then as I say, the situation that we are living right now, we have to adjust to the new environment and new activities that we can do. Practice what you preach. You cannot tell, the Pathfinders, Adventures, or Master Guide to do something when you are not doing it. We are being a bad example. They learn better by example than bad words. So if youth leaders and church leaders are not practicing compassion and kindness, young people will see your ministry as hypocritical. They see you, what are you doing, how are you acting, what you say. So they are reading us. So we are open book for them. So you tell them, read the Bible, and you are not reading it. Like as this guy over here is telling, read the Bible, and he's on the phone. He's not being a good example for the youth. So we have to be careful, what we are teaching them. And then the Holy Bible, look, the Holy Bible over there in the picture is all dusted and spider webs. That means he's not reading the Bible, but he is telling the youth to read. So be a good example. 16, incorporate service in your existing youth ministry. Kind of services, for example, ministry today. Every youth ministry should take a service component, not separate or apart from, but integrated in your ministry. So everything, that you, the kindness that you have for anybody, doesn't matter who it is, it will count and will show them how to help other people. Another topic that I have is step out of your comfort zone. You know, just because it's outside your comfort zone doesn't mean the young people won't embrace it with excitement. Maybe something you don't like it. For example, when we go to LA Marathon, we have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Maybe I don't like to be get up very early, be in the cold, but I want to be an example for them, and they get excited. They get excited than me, so that I get out of my comfort zone and I participate, enjoy them, and we have fun. We are happy. Number 18, this is upside down, sorry, I made this one, I did it wrong. So number 18, it says, get to know local nonprofit and charitable organizations. Visit their website, attend events, and meet their programs coordinators. Find out what others are doing and how your group can become involved. So you go to the community, like with the food bank, with the friends, we go to where they give the food, and then we tell them, what projects we have, and that's how we get the help to help other people. Number 18, focus on skills development opportunities. Opportunities for skill development, for example, service, writing, data entry, urban planning, public speaking, interpersonal skill. Want to attract more young people? Focus on what skills they can acquire while service. Is very important. Another one, another upside down, and so that maybe you cannot read that one. I don't know what happened, but I'm learning. Okay, you bear with me. It says, number 20, make the ministry meaningful for young people. Just because the cause is important to you doesn't mean your youth will share your passion. Find a cause that are excited about. Sometimes they don't want to listen to us because for them, it's not important, So find the ways how you can help them to understand the project and get interesting on it, So, and each child is different, Number 21, keep it safe, make it fun. It is important that your ministry is safe and fun. Find creative ways to make this happen. So, as I say, if you don't come up with some ideas, ask the youth. They have brilliant idea. How them to participate, make them feel important, and then you will have more cooperation with you. Number 22, create fun activities with purpose. It's not only work. It's not only working, working, working. No, you have to find something that is fun for them. Ask them what activities would like to participate. That way, you have more cooperation. Don't be as I am the director and we're gonna do this. No, have them interact with the group, participate. The Pathfinder is a teamwork. So have them join and have different activities. Service doesn't have to be work. Take a canoe trip and pick up garbage along the way. So at the same time that they are having fun being in the canopy, they are picking up the trash from the river. So they are having fun and they are working for the community also. Number 23, put young people on the front lines. You like to see tangled results? Put them where they can see the impact they are making on people's life. This comes with the supermarket. This young man is helping the lady. He wants to prove that he is strong, that he can help. When we go to LA Marathon, little ones, uh, they are at the front. We don't keep them back from us. We put them on the front, and they are so excited that they can do something for other people. It's so amazing, the faces that you see with them, and then how happy they are and how joyful they are helping, serving others. And they like to. Every year they're asking me if we're gonna do it. So for the next year, we don't know if we're gonna join, but we can do. We're gonna do it again. Another is collaborate with other churches in your area. There are different churches. Uh, Explain your projects and see if they want to help you or not. they're going to help you or not. We all are in this together. Work with youth from other churches in your area to build a stronger community and help the hurting. Don't make the project alone just for you. No, invite all of them. If they want to cooperate, the more the merrier. It's good. So make them help you other churches. You will have a more blessing doing like that. The 25 communication is very important key. You might know what you are thinking, but chances are the young people don't communicate clearly to prevent misunderstanding or a negative experience. They cannot read your mind, they can feel frustrated. So try to communicate with them and try to understand each other. Promote opportunities through World Church humanitarian agencies. We have the youth, we have the Adventist Community Service, and we have ADRA. All are working for the same purpose. So we can all join these organizations to help, or there are different ways to help, not a physical ways, there's monetary way, praying, bringing people, depending on where in the world you are. ADRA and ACS provide training and outreach opportunity that young people can engage in. You don't have to do everything at church. You can join other programs and bring your youth to participate. They're gonna feel very important. Schedule an outing to a local nursing home. As we say, we were doing that before. The kids were excited to help this elderly, and the elderly were so excited and happy to see the little ones and the young people bringing something for them, singing and praying for them. It was very good experience. Generally, youth can provide social interaction, help with organizing activities, or play games with the elderly, brightening their way. Oh, yes, that's true. We saw this in the faces of the elderly people, seeing these young people participating, praying, and bringing stuff for them. They were so happy. We had a good time. Unfortunately, we cannot do now for the situation, but when everything go back, we can start planning on this activity again. Excuse me, set a good example. Be very responsible. If you and your church only serve others twice a year, don't be surprised when your youth follow the same schedule. So, excuse me. So you have a calendar, and keep the calendar in order. Keep It's very important to have on the calendar something and you forgot about, or you don't plan anything. No, you have to be an example to be truthful with the dates that you put your activities. Make it a learning experience. So, what can we learn about food and water supply today? Incorporate learning into your service projects. Don't just conduct a food drive, talk to about and the why, what, and how before doing and others. So it's very important that at the same time that we are helping, we are learning. This is a learning experience. Another one is in number 30. It says, I cannot read number 30. Where it is. Let me see. Okay. Number 30, it says, set clearly and define expectations. Let the young people know what is expected of them before you engage them. Even if your expectations require flexibility, no one likes surprises. So the youth has to make sure that they feel that you are organized, that you are doing everything in order, and then over here they say we have beds, shelters for the homeless. We are painting today. Today, yours are painting. So make sure to set the clear expectation, and as we say in the calendar, so they know. They don't say, "Oh, we don't know what we're gonna do." They are insecurity. No, we have to help them to have everything well organized. The next one, let me share the next one. Okay, 31. Encourage individuals, youth to take part in local community events with a cause. It doesn't have to always be a church group activity. Young people can participate in awareness walk, 5K runs, and bring your dog to the park events. So there is different events according to in the community that we live, that we need elderly at church. They need a lot of help sometimes. I mean, maybe cleaning the yard, do groceries for them. But one day there were some couple elderly for our church. They were very sick, so we went to visit them. We brought a basket of fruits and vegetables. And I didn't plan or prepare my pathfinders for a singing. We talked with the elderly, we prayed for them, and one of them came with the idea. I think we're gonna sing a song for the elderly people. So they talk to each other, and then they got together, they stand up and start to sing for this elderly. The elderly used to see that face, how lovely the face and happy, enjoying this song that these pathfinders were doing for them. So and the pathfinders, they felt good, they said they felt good and to see this elderly happy. So it's very a good experience for them. Meet the needs of youth in your community. Youth are most comfortable around other youth. Create small groups to support those who are depressed or those who are just looking for quality friends. So, in the community, know your community, what the needs that they are. And that's how you will plan how to work for them and help them. Provide positive reinforcements. Youth and adults alike need positive and meaningful reaffirmation, encouraged often. So if they say that they cannot do it, encourage them. Don't if they feel down that they cannot do it, you say no, you can do it, and give them good thoughts, good encouragement, and make them to feel happy that they can do better for other people, and it's gonna be good for them. The stigma is gonna be higher if they don't have a good stigma. Another one is make it a family affair. Parents need to serve too. This is, as I say, is not for only one people. This is um, a teamwork. So parents and staff and pathfinders, all together is better. Intentionally plan activities that the entire family can engage in. As we say, LA Marathon, parents comes, kids come, some neighbors come, and all of them enjoy what they are doing for the runners. Learn how to communicate with the younger generation. You can encourage the youth in your ministry if you don't know how to reach them. Meet them where they communicate. How they communicate now, on Facebook, in technology is very advanced. So there are different ways that we can communicate with the youth. Ensure you have enough volunteers. You cannot plan an activity and you don't have enough people to develop the activity. It's no good because then they're gonna work more than they supposed to. They're gonna get excited. They're gonna get tired, and they don't wanna do it again. So it has to be enough people. If you don't have enough people, then don't do it. And for example, over here they had the picture for clean up all this door with two little kids and a father. They cannot do all the job. So planning a big job, show up with plenty or willing volunteers to accomplish your goal. Otherwise, then don't do it. 37, provide training in CPR and first aid. This one normally we do with the pathfinders, when they reach the level class that they are doing the CPR. And then we do it at our church. If you don't know how you are stuck when someone's life or well-being is in jeopardy, provide annual training for your entire church. Normally we do pathfinders, but it's very important that the church know too, because an emergency can happen at church, and then you have some people training to do CPR, or first aid when it needed, and always have a first aid kit at church in case that you need it. Plan local mission trips. There are many needs in our own communities. Use resources saved from international travel to make an impact close to home. So there is a lot of people who do. I like mission trips. My kids been going on mission trips, and and I would like to do too. So mission trips are very good too. As I say, now we cannot do, but when we will be able to do it, it's fun for them to plan one. Take pics and make photo journals. It's very important so they can see. Oh, they took a picture of me. I am very important. I know I can do this activity, and they will participate the next time because they feel that they're part of your group and the activity you're planning. Hold your youth interest by keeping a record or past projects. That's why we always take pictures, videos or anything, and then put it over there so the youth can see, what they are doing, what activities your Pathfinder, your youth are doing. Number 40, I hope you're not getting tired. There are a few of them, but when the times come up, I have 1 hour. Maybe I'm not gonna cover everything, but we're gonna do more as much as we can. Serving requires love. Practice sincere love. Don't forget to smile and be happy in your serving experience. You want to do something, for example, in me doing the food bank, I just throwing the stuff for people, or if some people come and I say, no, I don't have it. No, you have to be show these people the love that you have for them. Remember that you are working for Jesus, and everything that you do with love and care for other people. People can see through your action, to your motives, and then sometimes your body language talk more than the words, so we have to be careful. Because I've been having some problems because sometimes I don't speak, but with my face that I do sometimes, my kids will say, mom, I know what you mean with your face. So we have to be careful. I have to learn to not to do it anymore, to show, like a body language. Host a back to school fair. Offer school supplies, backpacks, free haircuts, uniform vouchers, and fun games and snack for youth in your community. This one, I don't know if some of you guys have these church fairs, but sometimes in the churches, for example, there is a month about how they call it. I lost the word. When different countries we meet, we bring food from different countries and we have a fair, and we have different kinds of food, and then we invite the community, we dress according to the country that we are representing, and then like the school does, back to school night, we can do it, back to Pathfinder New Year and plan the activities, put some decorations and some drinks or something for the people, and encourage them to join the Pathfinders. Volunteers at a local children's hospital. Put together skits, comedies, and music to present to the children confined to the hospital. Bring a gift that they can enjoy. And then you want to visit to children's hospital, we had to bring things according, to the kids, what kids like. So you are not going to bring something for a child that an adult is going to use, or visit the adults, bring something that a child would like. So we have to see the goals and prepare according to the ages. Talk with leaders of existing outreach ministries in your church. No need to reinvent the wheel. You may find service opportunities that already exist in your own church. In the church, normally we have Dorcas. There's a service that the church has to help other people. So you can join them and have them, help you. Prepare sandwiches to hand out to the homeless in your community. Normally, we do this as a Pathfinder, we be doing for Thanksgiving. For Thanksgiving, we are doing every year, bring food and drink for the homeless. Today, because the coronavirus, it takes us apart for so many activities, but we try to do the best that we can to help these people. As long as you keep safe, we can still helping other people. It may seem like a small project, but to the hungry person, it makes a worldwide of difference. So and this year, I don't know if some of the churches, I don't think they are preparing or we're going to let us do it because the risk that the kids um, can encounter. But there's other forms that we can help these people, just as long as you are protected yourself and follow the guidelines, we can still helping, like with the food bank. We also have a friend who come and get food from our food bank and go to these homeless people and deliver some food for them according if they can cook or not. My friend, he say he give food to the homeless, whatever they can eat or cook. You can plan 3 months ahead for when snow needs to be shoveled. See a need, then you respond. There is snow over there. You cannot do it. Find a way how you can help this person. Another one that we have is keep it simple as fresh. And then some supermarkets, you can help. For example, this child is throwing something in there, it's like a banana leaf. This elderly cannot see the way where it's going. He can sleep over, so sleep, on the ground. So he's picking up the trash to prevent for this person to fall down. So that's another way, we can help. Number 47, create a food drive at a time other than the holidays. That's what we are having in our church. Every Sabbath, not only for holidays, but if you cannot do it every Saturday for the holidays, now Thanksgiving, provide food basket for those in need, for people from the church. And the church, there's a lot of people who need our help too. So you can do it at church or you can do it for the community. You cannot do it on daily basis, do it for the holidays, have them to participate. People give the most at the end of the year, but people are hungry throughout the rest of the years. So we don't forget that not only for special holidays, there's always people that will need our help, and then they teach the youth to go and help them. So we continue another one. Adopt a terminally ill patient. Organize regular visits and activities with a terminally ill person. If they are confined to a hospital or home, then go there. You find elderly people that are at the hospital, go and visit them and help them. Sorry about the noisy. Number 49, volunteers are a local children home or shelter. Generally, these places need help painting, cleaning, and playing games with the residents. So there are different activities that the youth or the church can organize for the people. Don't ignore opportunities to help the outcasts of society. Those suffering from addictions or involved in drugs or prostitution are sometimes the people who need the greatest support. Share love. A lot of us, if we see people with drugs and everything, we don't want to pay attention, to them. They need our love and our care, to help them, like prostitutes, they feel like we keep them on the side. We can show God's love with them. Organize a drug prevention rally in your community. Work with local police, fire, and other government and non-profit groups to best impact your community. So it's very important that we organize all these events to prevent. Give free hugs. When we went one camping, the kids have some pamphlets or some boards say free hugs. They are going Pathfinder to Pathfinder and they say free hug. They have very good. Find a parking lot to a grocery or supermarket and provide free hugs. Giant poster and plenty of smiles required. So you will find a lot of people who will help you. Volunteer to repaint or decorate curbs and driveways. Many communities allow their neighborhood markings to fade before repainting. Young people can volunteer to create a brighter neighborhood. Start by contacting your city, county, or HOA governing bodies. So If there are a lot of graffiti, it's another activity that we can do. Learn about your community history. The best service for the future, you need to know the past. Schedule one more activity that involve learning about your community history is very important. I'm gonna go a little bit faster because my time is running. Have a car, make a worthwhile delivery. Show love to the elderly and shares in picking up groceries and deliver it to them. Another activity is start a friendship program. Reach out to pregnant teens to develop relationships with those who sometimes feel no one cares. Just people, teenagers, sometimes they get pregnant and then sometimes they don't have the support from their parents. We as a staff, they should feel secure with us, that we love them and we care for them, and they are able to come and talk to us and see how we can help them. So look outside your church. See if someone in your community is doing what you want to accomplish and join them. It will save you time and energy and build worthwhile relationships. Another one is remember service men and women. Work with other organizations to create and send care package to soldiers serving overseas. For example, now that the fire department is working so hard, I have a friend who delivery food for them, some bakeries. People at the hospitals now that they are working with the COVID-19, doctors, nurses, they cannot go home, they cannot even go buy food. So now we had the opportunity to bring food to them. So there is different activities that we can do for our community in different groups. Host a free concert to support a cause. Have the youth host a concert to raise funds and awareness of our cause. And they love that because they have a lot of talent. And then you do a talent show. We used to do a talent show, and then we can raise money, to help the community. And go door to door visiting old friendship. Go door to door to get to know your neighbors and provide friendship. Offer pray with for those you visit. Go knock the doors. This youth director and Pathfinder is going to deliver some magazine. Go and knock the door. Yes, can I pray for you? Sometimes people say they need a smile or they just need a prayer. You're gonna be a very good blessing for them. Form a book club in your neighborhood. Book clubs are a great way to build community, get to know others through the common interest. So you have a book club, they come and read different kind of books. You collect books from the church. There's a lot of elderly people that have a lot of books. They don't use them anymore. Collect them and, in one day put the stand and have the people come and read. Be creative. Creativity is very important for growth. Don't get stuck on your first idea. Always continue changing. I have a few more minutes to go. Start small, dream big, and give in your all. Start with the scope of your resources, but plan to grow and accomplish big things. Send cash or gift cards for disaster response in a distant community. Cash or gift cards help rejuvenate suffering local economies after a disaster and allow survivors to purchase exactly what they need. Conduct a concert, yard sale, or other collection events to raise money. Now, as I say, a lot of people who lost their houses with the fires, in other places by flooding, earthquake. So many things that people need. You cannot do personal, then you can send money or gift cards, to this ALDRA, to different churches, to different programs, other countries that they need our help. We donate some money so we can help them. Be concerned before you concern you. Don't wait until there is death in your school to promote drug-free and school-free living. Exercise your green thumb. Plant an organic garden and host free gardening classes. Organic gardens improve health, well-being, and provide healthy food at a low cost. This is another thing that your youth can do. I'm going to go a little bit faster because I don't have much time. Consider ministries for those with disabilities. In your church, wheelchairs accessible. We have to make sure that it's accessible for wheelchairs or for elderly people. Do you know sign language? Commit to help those who have needs different than your own. Get to know your community. If you want your community to know you, start by getting to know them. It's the only way. Service is a lifestyle, not an event. Service is like flying. You have to keep moving. Provide continuous service opportunities to your group, otherwise, your ministry will stall. Make a move, go to where the people are. If you wait for them to come to you, you'll be awful lonely. Follow Jesus' example, go to them. Offer to help clean an elderly person's home. As I said, that's what we did before, with some elderly. Chances are, if you don't like doing it, it will be even more meaningful to the person you are serving. So it's very important, as to know the community and see how you're gonna serve them, and how you can help them, and then focus our on relationships, not just program. Praise and sing along. Don't just create a musical program at a nursing home, but visit with the seniors on a one-on-one basis. Personal touch changes lives. Conduct surveys to find the needs of your community. If you don't ask, you don't know. Find out where the greatest needs in your communities are. There is a lot of things that we can um, um, see how to prepare a community service. Action speak louder than words. The community doesn't care how much you know until they know you how much you care for them. Offer computer skill mentoring for seniors and citizens. Basic computer skills are essential for modern life. I need that because I don't know about computers, but can be very scary to beginners. Take your time and offer help to someone else. Provide free lawn care. If they have a yard, they probably need a lawn care. Doing something free for someone else is a great way to show God's love. Don't simply focus on a band aid, but find a cure. Long term projects matter, they can impact communities in great ways. Set goals and have frequent checks ups. Set clear goals before embarking on your project and assess frequently, are you accomplished for goals? Are you making a difference? All these are very important topics. Almost done. Take time to pray. No outreach is complete without taking some time to talk to God. Pray before, during, and after your project, and you will see the blessings that you will be for others and to yourself. Don't send unwanted items to a disaster area. Disaster areas can be further stressed by unwanted donations that arrive when resources are already scarce. Get informed as to what you need before you send. So according to the disaster, that's how you're gonna get the help that they need. Start prison ministry. Reach out incarcerated teens and develop relationship and share Jesus. Show them that God cares for them as we care for them too. Don't measure the success of your service by conversions. Your mission is to be like Jesus. Jesus healed 10 lepers, knowing that only one returned to him, yet he still heals the other nine. Be patient. People and communities take time to change. Keep sharing your love and practicing your service, even though it may take time to see results. Reach out to help single parents family. Single parents can use help with basic things like cleaning, lawn care, house upkeep, and more. Search them out and advertise availability. Track your donations. When collecting donations, be sure to track what you collect and keep a record. Stop, drop, and roll, promote fire safety. Contact your local fire department to present fire safety at your church or a school. There's a lot of topics, but you don't have to do all this. This is to give you an idea, things that you can do. You don't have to do all this. It's different ideas. how to prepare. Be sensitive to various ethnic groups in your community. Offer to help new immigrants or other non-English speakers translate and fill out important forms or paperwork. So as you see, there's a lot of things that we can do. Run, write and mail inspirational cards to struggling teens. Teenage mothers, fathers, and youth from broken families often think no one cares. Send them inspirational note to provide otherwise. Love first, preach it appropriate. Remember that Jesus didn't always preach love. He mostly showed love. Then people follow him. This is all the topics, that I have up to for today. It doesn't mean, I know it was a lot. You know how to do it, but to give you an idea, how to prepare some topics that you can take in consideration before preparing a community service. So I hope that you learn, it's been helpful for a lot of you guys, and that you have any questions or anything that you need, you can give me a call, and then God bless you and have a blessed uh, finish this holiday that we are worshiping over here, and then have a happy Sabbath. Okay, God love you, and so do we. And then continue working. Remember that we are working for Jesus, and our goal is to prepare the youth to go to heaven. Thank you very much.
Hello, Pathfinders. I'm very happy with the work done by some clubs turning already with craft and craft craft works and arts. Some of the clubs send me the work, but I know some of you are still working on that. So I'm very excited what you're doing, guys. You're doing a great job. And part of the art and craft, I included the kite's honor, which I'm gonna go a little bit on this honor. So if you haven't done it, so you will have a little help with this presentation. And at the end, um, we will talk about the other craft and arts that you turn in. We'll show a little video of those clubs who turn in some works, and I'll give you some times when if you haven't done it. So I'll give you like couple weeks to turn in for the honor, and that way you will earn your honor patch. Okay. So now we will start with the kite honor presentation. What is a kite? What do you think is a kite? A kite is a toy consisting of a light frame with a thin material stretched over it, flown on the wind at the end of a long string. And also, kite is a medium to large, long-winged bird of prey, which typical has fork tail and frequently soars on updraft of air. So that is a kite. Kite is very interesting honor, since you will see how this honor is being and is still involved in with science, and how scientists it's been using kites has to prove and to develop what they're working on. Requirement for the kite honors. When were kites first made and flown? When do you think? Name at least 3 ways kites have helped in scientific research and tell how each has affected the world we live in. I know many of you realize we see a lot of technology, and you know we and we see also some planes, and at the same time some people, it's flying their kites. It is something related to that. We will go over a little faster because this honor it's a little bit long, so that's why I sent to your directors all the information in an email with instructions, so they have all the help for you to complete this honor and respond it. But we will go a little quicker on this since we don't have much time. Okay, so we'll go um, through some answers. If you can write or answer your answer sheet for the honor, and you will turn in these. When you finish, you will turn into your directors. Okay. What is the number of most kites flown simultaneously? Simultaneously. Um, in 2014, Robert Moore, Australian in Coburg, New South Wales, uh, September 23rd, he flown 4,000. That's the highest, 4,879.94 meters. And the most kites were flown simultaneously. It was the most kites. It were 12,350, and it was in July 2011. That happened on Gaza Strip, and you see some picture of that event that happened. Um, it was a Guinness record, but because it was the most kites flown simultaneously. Do you ever fly a kite? Have you made a kite? And there's some different type of kites. Remember, the kite needs to be light and well framed to make it fly. Requirement number one: when when were kites first made and flown? Name at least 3 ways kites have helped in scientific research, and tell how each of has affected the world we live in. Tell the story of Benjamin Franklin and his kite. If we go to the next slide, we will see it's thought that the earliest use of kites was among the Chinese approximately 2,800 years ago. The kite was said to be the invention of the famous 5th century because Chinese philosophers Mozi and Luban by um, the year 549, paper kites were being flown. In that year, a paper kite was used as a message for a rescue mission. Do you know that? Also, do you think Jesus fly a kite? When kites were made and flown, name at least 3 kites have helped in the scientific research. So in uh, in 19 in a year one 1749, Alexander Wilson used a kite for meteorological experiment in Scotland. Wilson attached thermometer to a number of kites in a rain flown has a common line. Now we get to see uh, the forecast or the weather forecast, like in a TV, like a really, really fancy, right? We type, easily type in our computers, we Google it and we find, the weather. But until 1749, Alexander Wilson used kites to measure the time, the weather, to experiment what to develop what we have right now. It's very, very interesting. The next scientist, Benjamin Franklin, January 6, 1706 to April 1790. Franklin experiment was performed in Philadelphia in June 1952, according to the account of Priestley. Franklin realized that the danger of using conductive rods, and instead of use conductivity on a wet hemp string attached to a kite. The kite was not struck by visible lightning. Had it been, Franklin would almost certainly have been killed. He moved his hand near the house key that was attached to the string and observed an electric spark, proving the electric nature of lightning. You see a lot of lightning now, and many of devices or things get attracted to those lightnings. That's why, like in 1706, Benjamin Franklin developed and he realized the lightnings. And you see the pictures. And the third scientist, what do you think this guy is doing here? His name is Alexander Graham Bell, and he also uses kites to develop something for the science that he was working on. Very few people realized that Bell had a great passion for both aeronautic and kites. He used kites to further his knowledge of man-assisted flight. Bell Graham designed, made, and tested many of his own man-crafting kites himself. Some of these were able to reach a height of more than 150 feet. That's nothing compared to what the kites, flies now. But he started developing these and realized that in 1847 to 1922, that's trying to develop his research. The next slide, we will see which on which kite would you like to go? Which of these two on the picture? I can see your face like the little kid between those two, the option one and the option two. It seems like a little risky, right? So require number two. Name of the two ways that kites might be used today. Now, on the present, you see the kites are used in the water by the ships, and you see those ships that change direction from right to left, or some fate of directional, because they develop some kites on the chips. So the biggest the chip, the biggest the kites, and the strongest have to be. And there is some competition, but it have to be like winds flowing for these kites to work in the water. And benefit of using kites for transport. With a larger sails up to 600 meters, fuel saving of between 10% and 35% are possible. Using the kites, it save 10% to 35% of uh, saving between they don't use gasoline. Kite used today, winds energy kite, and you see those other ships that are directed by big kites, right? And those that change direction, instead of using oil or gasoline, they only use the winds, but by the kites. And also kites are used for recreation tool. Is one of the most excited kites. That's why, I ask you to make those kites with Pathfinder emblems, like the triangle. I went this morning with one of the clubs to try their kites, and it was nice to see how the kids got excited making the kites flying. The highest the kite flies is, it's because they made it good. So I got to see, um, a club trying their kites, and it's their job got accomplished when they see the kites flying. So snow skiing, you can use the kites for snow skiing too, and the water skiing, it's also use the kites. So we have many uses of kites for a recreation. You see those surfers. If you like to go surfing, a kite make you, like going in different direction, but it have to be windy. If you like to go for water skiing. Requirement number 3: explain briefly how kites fly. If it's no air, no winds, it's a little impossible to make the kites, fly. It's not because you haven't made the kite good, but it has to be windy to make the kites fly. Also have to have like a frame. Remember the description of kite was like frame in a light material, and you have to have a tail. Uh, you have to be balanced in both sides to make it going straight, not going to one side to another. You have to be balanced. And the most usable materials that we use as kids, it's bamboo wood sticks. That's the most much usable materials we use. I remember when I was taking this honor, we were making different ways, different times, different kind of kite, and it was like stressful. You making one right, and that's why you have to measure it like the kite lift equations. And some people go far and they use math to make a perfect kite. So you can make a square one, you can make like a cubical one. It doesn't matter which frame you make or shade you like. So you can make your own, but it have to be perfect measure it to make it fly. And requirement number four, define the following terms: spine, spar, vent, bowstring, cover, frame, trial, keel, flying line, bridle, and reel. Those are the part of a kite, of the kites. So you have to find out and write it on the answer sheet and describe what is all each of these part description. Kite is spine. Kite is spine is the one that it goes exactly on the middle. You see the human body, we have like a spinal cord, right? So the kite spine, it's the same thing. It's similar, not like it's bone or nothing the same way, but it's similar. It goes in the middle. The Our spinal cord, it goes exactly on the middle center of our body too. That's why it's called kite spine. It comes from that word from the human body. And the spine frame, uh, it's the distance between the kite spine and one of the ones across the lines. That's what it is as frame. The spar, it's the one side, the the wood stick that it goes across the spine kite. And as you see on the picture, you see all the parts of a kite. Okay, so now you know how to make. With that video I sent to your directors, you will be able to make a perfect and nice looking kite. Okay, and why I asked to do it around Pathfinder emblems, because it would be nice to see, like a Pathfinder triangle, like a Pathfinder uh, classes, all classes, or Pathfinder flag in a kite. It would be nice to see it flying, right? So require number five. What is a common cause of kite failure? What do you think? What is a common cause of kite failure? Um, it may be strong winds or no winds. Okay, strong winds is one of the cause, or no winds, lack of winds. Trees or other obstacles causing turbulence. And four, it's an essential part of the kite or line breaking. So those are causes of kite failures. So in some cases, not none of these causes are can be applied to the kite failure, because maybe the kite is not made perfectly good. That's why, now that we call that human factor cause. Okay, and when it's not made in a good measure, in a good way. Requirement number 6. What should be done when a kite loops during a flight? What is a tool sometimes needed on a kite? Um, and you see the pictures below. You can make a beautiful, beautiful looking kite. Creativity, it comes in a kite. I don't know if you've seen those by the beach. Some people hobbies are making kites, different shapes, different frames of kites, and it looks nice. It looks like a real birds, real planes when you develop this honor. It's fun when you get very into this honor. Trying to fly a kite without a tail may result in a kite to spinning. Okay, so try to do that, and you will see it will be spinning and rolling a lot because the kite is unstable. So the tail gives stabilization to the kites. That's why it is important that you always add a tail to the kite. Adding a tail to a kite helps to make it fly more stable by adding some needed freight and drag to its lower ends. Requirement number 8. Know at least 3 safety rules for the kites flying. So one of these is be aware of where you are, and there is any question of safety. Remember, safety first. Fly the kite in another location or on another day. If you see like a lightning storm, so don't try to fly a kite. It may be not good if you are around the trees. It may carry lightning. Okay, always keep a safe distance between others flyers too, because many times I remember when I was flying kites, one kite get stuck with your friend's kites, and it get in trouble. So and maybe one of the kites flies away from you and you don't see it back. If your kite becomes strangled in power lines, leave it there. Notify the utility company of the situation. Many times the kites get stuck on those power triangle power lines. So don't try to get them back. Okay, just let the notify the utility company. Okay, so don't try to get them yourself, because that's too dangerous for you to get them back, and you won't get them back. Avoid kite eating trees. um, Safety first. Don't fly kites near power lines, because it can be stuck in the power lines and you will never see it, or you may cause uh, a power off. Fly near airports. Don't fly kites near airports. Okay, if you live nearby an airport, don't fly kites, because that can affect the planes. Um, don't fly in a stormy weather. Remember, I told you that if it's a lightning storm, so don't fly kites. Or when a storm it's approaching, so don't do that. Just keep that excitement and take it back and fly it in a different way, different day, in a different weather. Requirement number 9: know how to connect to correctly wind lines on a stick. Know how to tie a broken end. together with the fisherman knot. So as pathfinders, we know uh, the most usable knot, so we know which knots work with kites. So the fisherman knot, it puts together a broken end, so that will help to continue playing with that kite. Okay, a flying line sets are made from high quality high quality dyneema woven with a tight a square braid and treated with a special heating process. This line is highly resistant to to abrasion. Many times the material we're using to fly the kite is not the stronger one. So that's why, like, you have to know what material you're using to fly the kite. It have to be the appropriate. If this wind are very strong, so like weak material will will make your your kite goes away from you. Okay. So you see different shades, different kites, different measurements. If you do it perfectly, like from the kite spine line, remember, like your spinal cord. If you make both sides, the same distance, you won't have a problem to fly the kite. So, and for those pathfinder, for you that are still working on the kite, please try to make them pathfinder wise, okay, like pathfinder emblems, and you will see how nice pathfinder colors look in a kite. I i seen different ones, but I never seen a nice pathfinder emblems kites. I saw the one that I saw this morning. They tried to draw, Pathfinder triangle and other Pathfinder emblems, but not too colorful. But they did a nice work. Okay, so and you get to see different animals. You get to put it in a kite, different animal shades, or the colors of the animals. You see the fox kite. That's a really nice to try. The delta wind kite, the two stick diamond kite. That's one of the most commons. Eddy kite, the sled kite, uh, tetrahedral kite. That's one of the hard ones. Um, if one of you make one of these tetrahedral kite, so let me know. I would like to see it, and probably you get a prize for this one. Okay. So because I know it's hard to make it, but if one of you have to want to take the challenge, so I will encourage you and probably give you a nice pin for that. Okay. So I went a little fast on these kites slides because I want to talk about the other craft work that we ask you to do. So other craft work that I asked you to do, it was the paper plates uh, and Pathfinder Ginger House, uh, Pathfinder Ginger House bread house. I'm sorry, Pathfinder Gingerbread House. I seen many gingerbread house like decorative for Christmas. decorated for Thanksgiving. Even at work, where I work, it's a lot excitement when Thanksgiving comes. They do a competition between departments, and I see really nice gingerbread house, and that's what I thought. Like it would be nice to have like a Pathfinder gingerbread house. I want to see how Pathfinders develop this idea with instructions. I thought so. That's why God give us the opportunity to have this camporee, and this was nice time to try this, and we will be the pioneers making Pathfinder's gingerbread house. I was looking all over on internet. I didn't find one Pathfinder gingerbread house. Now guess what? We're gonna be the pioneers. If I type now Pathfinder gingerbread house, there will be ours right there. So I want to show some of the works done now, but now I want to ask. I have one of a special guest. His name is Gabriel Lopez from Whittier Pathfinder, Whittier English Pathfinders. So I make him to do. I asked him to do a special assignment, gingerbread house, just in case I wouldn't get any work done. So I asked Gabriel to make me one for myself. And now it's time for Gabriel. He's gonna talk about his experience and how he feel and how he made it. The Pathfinder gingerbread house. It's your time, Gabriel, and thank you for being here. Gabriel and his brother,
Okay,
because
we made this gingerbread house. As you can see, we made the little houses out of gingerbread, and we made a chocolate logo using food coloring and white chocolate. We painted, and so we did green icing on the bottom, and then we did a blue river and have some pathfinders swimming. And in the back, as you can see, we have some pathfinders doing drill. The companions are leading out. Then you have the friends. You have the rangers, the explorers, and then the guides also drilling with them. And the trees are made of Rice Krispies. We have a fire made of M&Ms and some white chocolate, and they're gathering around singing some praise songs, and we have a Pathfinder flag in the front. And that's about it.
thank you, Gabriel and Angelo. I'm sorry, Angelo, but Gabriel didn't do nothing without Angelo's help. I know they work together. They're a team, and I'm proud of you guys. So um, they give us a nice explanation how they did it, and how do you feel? What do you think about this experience making first time Pathfinder gingerbread house?
Um,
Angelo,
it was pretty fun. It was fun. The best part was you got to eat it. You're gonna get to eat it after.
you gonna eat it? But
Hmm.
wait for me, okay?
Okay.
I have to taste it first.
Okay.
Thank you, Angelo. Thank you to your parents for supporting you to help and helping you to do this. Uh, Thank you, and I will ask. Now I will show you the rest of some clubs turning their works. So, and I'm very excited to see these works done and happy what they have accomplished with these ideas. Okay, probably next time we will do it better, but they did amazing job. Okay, so there is a short video we will show now about of this. Um, but in the meantime, I want to encourage all of you. You haven't done it, so do it. We'll have to choose the first, second, and third place of each category. So, of kites, between kites, paper plates, craft, paper paper plate craft. I ask you to draw one of the Pathfinder emblems, Pathfinder triangles, or honors, uh, chosen logo, any Pathfinder logo. So to draw it in the middle of the plate, and then sew it with the right colors. So I know some of the clubs completed. It made a really good work. So for those who hasn't done it, so your directors have directions and instructions on those videos I sent in an email. So do it, okay? Do it. It's really fun. Like Gabriel and Angelo said, it's really fun making it. And for those who already made it, um, thank you for participating on this. And I will ask, I have a surprise for the most beautiful Pathfinder gingerbread house. I know some of you work in a team. Some of you work alone, yourself, and we will see all this effort that you have put it in on this. Okay, so and congratulations to all the work done. It looks nice, beautiful, and I like it. I like it myself, and I share with some of my colleagues, coordinators. We loved your hard work, Pathfinders. Keep the good work, okay? So I don't know if we have like a short video to show you those.
Thank you for joining our Camporee this weekend. Thank you all who participated. I personally was inspired and blessed. As we ride out this pandemic, be safe by washing your hands for at least 20 seconds, wear a mask, and remember the social distances of 6 feet. Let us do our part to help fight this pandemic. Let us remember that as we live from day to day, if you put Jesus in the center of your life, Jesus will put you in the center of his plan. Let us pray. Our Father in heaven, we all praise your name because you are the greatest influence in our lives. We commit our lives to you and ask that you lead in the direction which we should go, because we know that you are the only one wise God. We invite your Holy Spirit into our lives to guide and direct until your second coming. Bless each Pathfinder as they study, and may they trust you in all their ways, because you have promised to direct their path. Thank you for the leaders, and we ask for wisdom and knowledge as they lead in their responsibilities. Thank you, Jesus, for being such a wonderful God. Amen.
Please grant us peace today and strength to walk at the faith small and each day. Heal our land and keep us safe and free. Watch over all who understand the need for liberty. Heal our land, and guide us with thy hand. Keep us ever on the path of liberty. Heal our land, and help us understand that we must put our trust in thee if we would be free. Heal our land. Please help us find our way, for in thy word we find our strength if we look up each day. Heal our land and fill us with your love. Keep us upon the path of truth that comes from heaven above. Heal our land, and guide us with thy hand. Keep us ever on the path of liberty. Heal our land, and help us understand that we must put our trust in thee if we would be free. Protect us by the power of thy rod, and keep us as one nation under God. Our fathers, God, to thee, author of liberty, to thee we sing. Long may our land be bright with may we put our trust in thee. Lord, help us put